What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It is time for the starting 11 prediction once again for Sunday's game at Hampden against Rangers in the Scottish Cup semi-final. It's another massive game. It's the second derby in the space of a fortnight. There'll be 3 in the space of 4 weeks, with that May Day derby at Celtic Park completing the fixtures against them this season. It's another massive game. As I say, it is a cup tie, so it's a one-off game. We've got to be right at it, and we come into it off the back of one of our best performances of the season against St Johnstone last weekend, 7-0, and I think that's probably the closest we've seen to pure Ange ball. That's the kind of football the manager said he wanted to bring to the club, and so many passes, such intensity from minute 1 to minute 90. We were absolutely fantastic, and it continues a great run of form. 34 domestic games unbeaten now, so we should go into this game on Sunday full of confidence, full of belief, and if we can replicate those levels that we've shown in recent weeks, I fully believe that we can get to the final, and that puts us in a great position. We're in a good position in the league after that victory at Ibrox, and to be in the Scottish Cup final would be another massive step towards an unbelievable season, thinking about where we've come from. Rangers come into this one off the back of their second leg against Braga. They did need extra time, so hopefully that means more minutes in their legs. They'll be more tired as this game progresses. They'll be fatigued, and hopefully we can take advantage of that. Interesting to hear Ange today, though, when asked that question, say, we expect the best version of every team that we play against. That allows us to be the most prepared, and it gets the players in the right frame of mind. The players can't be expecting a poor Rangers just because of the performance the other night and how much energy they had to spend on that game. The players can't be expecting that. We've got to expect a good performance for Rangers so that we can be at our best and bring our best level to the game. And as I say, if we do that, I'm confident we can get to the final. The team last week was unchanged. It's been rare this season that we've seen back-to-back starting 11s that are identical this season. I think there's been a number of factors that have restricted the manager from doing that. The health of the squad at the start of the season, the number of new players that came in. He hasn't been able to field the same team very often, but he did that and the team at Ibrox and the team that faced St Johnstone. It's going to be interesting to see how many changes there is to that team at Ibrox. We know there will be at least one because Giakoumakis has been ruled out after pulling his hamstring against St Johnstone, but interesting to see if there's any changes across the pitch. Here is how I think we will line up. We'll start in goals as we always do. I think the back 5 picks itself. No changes to that. Obviously, in the last 2 games, the team was the same, so the back 5 was the same. I thought Ralston might come in last weekend. He didn't. It was Juranovic, and I expect Carter Vickers, Starfelt and Taylor to complete the back 4. Defended brilliantly for months now. The turn of the year seems like a point where all the squad's performances went up a notch, but particularly the defence. We've gone through a lot of games where we've given up hardly any chances. We did go behind at Ibrox a couple of weeks ago, early in the game, but we regained control and we went on to win it. And I think that shows the real resilience of this team. So I expect us to defend better from the word go on Sunday. But I've got full confidence in our ability to do that. And that back 4 in recent weeks has been superb. So there's definitely going to be no change there. In midfield, Callum McGregor will lead the team. A stellar performance at Ibrox a couple of weeks ago. More of the same from him needed. We talk all the time about how big the midfield is in these games, and he's a key part of that for us. In front of him, this is the big debate. It's the area of the team where the manager's got a few options. Matt O'Reilly off the bench last week, what a performance. 2 great goals, and he brings so much to the team in terms of his energy and his quality. But Tom Rogic at Ibrox, last time out, best player in the pitch for 60 minutes, so it's good headaches for the manager to have. I think Hatate will start. It's going to be really interesting to see how he adapts to the intensity of this game. It's something he struggled with at Ibrox, settled a wee bit, but then early in the second half he really tired. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fares if he has to start. But I do expect Rogic to start alongside him. I've talked about the continuity in the manager's lineups the past couple of weeks, and I think that performance at Ibrox will be fresh in his mind, and I think that means he'll give Rogic the nod, and O'Reilly will start on the bench. But again, like we've seen at Ibrox, O'Reilly's there as an option in the second half should we need him, just to freshen it up. You would expect that we do, because if the game is played at an intensity anything like it was at Ibrox, we'll need changes in midfield, and Rogic came off as I say, around the hour mark in that game. So O'Reilly on the bench is a great option for us. Doesn't weaken the team in any way to bring Vogic off and put O'Reilly on. And that is a real value of having everyone fit at this stage of the season. So that's what I think the midfield three will be. And the only area of the team that's nearly as big a debate as the front three. As I say, Giakoumakis out. We've seen Jota on the right, Maeda on the left. Maeda moved through the middle last week when Giakoumakis came off. But I think Jota on the right-hand side, a couple of months ago, people would have said, no sure about moving him out of position. But he's been brilliant on the right-hand side, and Dyson Maeda in recent weeks has been absolutely superb. I wonder if he stops running in between games, because as soon as the whistle goes to the final whistle, he doesn't stop. Energy levels like I've never seen from a Celtic player before. So I think that makes him undroppable. It makes him such a key part of our defence. He's the first line of defence playing up there, and I think that intensity in terms of setting the tone and our pressing is vital for us. So I don't think there's any way that Maeda can't start. So here we go. I think it will be Jota on the right hand side once again. Kind of split opinion at Ibrox. I thought he was really good. He's a constant threat. He can eliminate players. Bassey did get the better of him a couple of times. It's going to be interesting to see if Rangers go with Barisic like they did the other night and in their game against St Mirren last weekend, or if they'll put Bassey back to the left hand side. Obviously Barisic started that game at Celtic Park where we absolutely tore Rangers to shreds in the first half. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in that position, but I think Jota will start this game on the right hand side. I think Maeda will start on the left, as I've just covered it. The energy he brings to the team is absolutely unparalleled from any player I've ever watched play for Celtic. I think he has a very, very unique athletic ability, and that really helps us because of the way we play, the way we like to press, the intensity and the tempo we like to play at. So he's a vital cog in this team, and I think he's got to start. That performance at Ibrox was really, really good, as I say. Without the ball, brilliant. He did really pose a threat in behind with his pace as well. Got in behind Rangers once or twice, just lacked that end product. But I think he's a vital player for his Dyson Maeda, and he's got to start. So that means through the middle, I think the manager is going to bring back Kyogo Furuhashi. It would be a big call. He said today in the press conference that Kyogo's not ready for a full 90 minutes or a full 120 minutes. I don't think any of us would expect him to be, but I think he's the best option. We could put Maeda through the middle and then have Kyogo as an option on the bench, but I just think it's too tempting. It's too tempting to start him in this game, and that front three, as they say in still game, has got to get your plums pumping. If that doesn't get you excited looking at that front three, then I don't know what will, because there's so much pace, so much ability. We've seen Kyogo at Hampden already this season provide 2 moments of absolute individual brilliance, match-winning brilliance, trophy-winning brilliance. So I think the temptation to start him for the manager might just be too much, and if we get an hour out of him, maybe 60, 65 minutes, Abada can come on fresh, a good sub for us, Maeda can go through the middle, Jota can go to the left-hand side, and Abada can play on the right-hand side where he's given Rangers numerous problems before. And again, those are great options for the manager to have. It should make the bench really, really strong. But I just think the temptation to start Kyogo will be too much. And I think that's the front three we'll go with. So there you go. I think that will be the 11 the manager will pick for Sunday's game at Hampden. Like this video. Comment with your own thoughts on the team below. Who do you think will start in midfield? Will it be Vogic or will it be O'Reilly? And the big one in the front three, does Kyogo start or do we put Maeda through the middle and start Leo Abada? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on Sunday.